Here's second and a yard.
At the 42-yard line.
Be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive. Off the bootleg. Jackson. It's complete to Snead. And they're well past midfield. Just down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now it's Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Jackson off the bootleg. Snead's got it. Willie Snead all alone. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, 43 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Off the bootleg. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5. And can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return. Boy, that got pretty close to disaster for themselves.
You think electron ball security is in order here? Because and it's not just taking care of it, it's what you just talked about. What can result when you don't take care of it? They almost gave up a score.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. 49ers coming back out here on offense. We mentioned their 8-0 start to the season. They actually broke an 8-game losing streak to the Cardinals when they defeated them.
8-game losing streak?
Yeah, they had lost the Cardinals 8 straight times.
That's 4 seasons worth.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then a 28-25 victory this past week snapped that. But it was also the first game this year that the Niners had actually thrown it more times than they ran the football, CD.
And that is something that I think people are starting to come to grips with about San Francisco, because you think about their head coach, Kyle Shanahan, and his reputation as an offensive wizard. And whenever we hear that, what's the first thing we think? Throwing the football.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a second down coming up. After the sack on first down, Garoppolo marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Jalen Ferguson. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. This is Ingram, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, like I said, he's looked pretty good to this point. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. Well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's it's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, 34 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Baltimore's offense takes the field again. Charles, they are at 6-2 after that win against New England. 2-game lead over suddenly a resurgent Pittsburgh Steelers team, and they get to see them again the final week of the season. But what does that win over New England tell you about Baltimore's chances in the AFC?
It tells you a lot. The main thing it tells you is that this is a team that's not going to shy away from the spotlight, not going to be intimidated by New England and all their Super Bowls and, you know, what they've done this season. But I really enjoyed watching them post-game. You know,
there goes Mark Ingram. 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as they are able to cut into that lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. I'm sure he wanted to have a huge game, wants to have a huge game as the quarterback, but really on the ground, they've been very, very hard to stop. Maybe you just keep going to that well.
I think so, and isn't it funny how the definition of balance changes for us from game to game? Sometimes it's 50-50, run it, throw it. Sometimes it's just being a balanced running team in terms of who's carrying the football.
Not more than one guy.
Right, multiple guys out there, and now your guy back there has to throw it. Doesn't have to worry about it quite as much.
And they've got the lead here in the second quarter. And some room to work. Whoosh. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big run there, 29 yards of the first. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. McLaughlin for the extra point.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Ingram. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Jackson now. Off the bootleg. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Jackson now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Off the bootleg, Jackson. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Matt Breida in the offense heading back out. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go.
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Got his target, Samuel. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Stepping aside from this game for a second, how about us being in week 10 of the NFL season right now? That makes me want to resurface that MVP talk we had earlier in the year. Who do you have right now leading in the MVP? Yeah, go wherever.
Because the league does tell you that MVP can be anyone, but numbers show us it's really got to be a quarterback. So let's just start there, right? Russell Wilson in Seattle. I think he has to be a prime guy. I think you have to look at Tom Brady, all right? It's always Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes, if he can get back into the lineup and be his usual self, he could get into this race again and maybe defend his crown. And Aaron Rodgers from Green Bay has really come on in recent weeks despite a stumble against the Chargers this past week. But how about Lamar Jackson? I mean, what he's doing with Baltimore and their win over New England, you got to have him as a prime candidate. And you know how much I love Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, he's a special one, isn't he?
Oh, he is absolutely special because he does it all. And if they weren't risking injury, he'd run back kicks too.
Garoppolo now, 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Now Jackson off the bootleg. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line.
Here we go.
So we've reached halftime. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The end result, 21 yards. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, 39 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-time touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And, a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one good for 33 and a first. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give coming right is Breida. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Here we go.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They will run again with Coleman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 20. And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Off the bootleg, Jackson. And he's got Snead. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Jackson now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. On second down now, it's Ingram. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram, 42 yards. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win, because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. Actually, I remember that game, December, against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards, did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end.
Here we go, here we go.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Well, fellas, here we go.
Here's Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Here comes the 49. And look at this. It's a fake. But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special team.
There goes Mark Ingram. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, 42 yards as the Ravens push further out in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. This is Breida. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards there and a Niner first. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Garoppolo now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been struck. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Jackson. Off the bootleg. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Jackson throwing here, complete to Boyle. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back to back.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the safety, Jarkowski Tart. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. They run again with Breida, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go.
The Niners on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6.
Check safety, check safety.
11.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Here we go.
They run with Breida. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Here we go.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Garoppolo to throw. It's caught by Sanders. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
You got it.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big one.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Jackson now. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone.
And into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Matt Breida. With his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Garoppolo now. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1, you want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And so there goes Mark Ingram. He's at the 40, the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram, 92 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote onto your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and I was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like he still harbors some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
So Jimmy Garoppolo and the offense down by 5, 2:22 on the clock. Deuces wild. They'll start on the ground with Breida. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Here we go.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
13 yards there and a Niner first. Back to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. And that's complete to Sanders. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. So the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. He's back to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The clock cannot be stopped here. Deep
for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go out into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.